What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 6, Rebuilding the New York Giants. Things are going pretty well. This was a fun season, some ups and downs, a fun last game to the year. So we're going to take a look at our stats for the season here, recap the awards, do our progression, then we'll get into our second offseason here where we're really starting to make that, trying to make that playoff push next season with Drew Lock here as our quarterback. And you know what? I said this in the last episode. When I drafted him, there were people, just suspect about it. We paid Teddy Bridgewater. But the fact of the matter is, no matter how bad you want Tua, no matter how bad you want Jake Fromm here in New York, this might not be the one of the worst 5 teams in the NFL like we saw this year. We win 6 games. We'll take a look where our pick actually is, but there's a chance, like we said when we took Drew Lock, that we weren't going to be looking at a Jake Fromm type of prospect, and we get a guy to come in who has all the upside in the world. It's not like second, third round quarterbacks never work out, and he has a pretty good year. 93.7 rating, 3,500 yards, and he didn't play every game. 34 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. It's a hell of a good first season. He's got a ton of weapons. We're improving the offensive line as we go here. So he just might be our quarterback. Now, if something crazy happens in the draft and we have a chance to take Jake Fromm, we'll think about it, but I think we've found our quarterback here, which is saying a lot for this team. And then we've got some other guys stepping up here. Deontay Burnett had a surprising year. Sterling Shepard, a pretty good year, 80 catches. We did just give him a $10 million a year contract extension. Will Hernandez, 0 sacks allowed. That stat's a little suspect in this game, but that's a good season for the young guard who's turning into quite the stud for us. And then defensively, Nick Bosa started off quiet, but he started to come on. 7.5 sacks on the year. Interceptions, we get 7 from Landon Collins, 3 from Smith, and then Sam Beal, Jalen Young, a couple of young defensive backs that we've got in there. A really good year for Jalen Young. I'm not sure if he earned any XP or not, but good job there. And then really disappointing year for, did he really not get a sack? Lorenzo Carter plays 731 downs without a sack. Third round pick in real life last year and has done nothing for us. So probably going to be looking to move on at the edge rush position. That is really disappointing. And then a good year for our punter, whose contract is up, who had a really good year. So let's take a look at the actual awards. Josh Allen, just on a roll. I want to say he won it last year too. So he's emulating Hawking Regime in our TFGO league. By the way, quick plug, we are taking people on the wait list. If you want to find the application for that, it's be in the description to this video, or 32-man league. So then Coach of the Year goes to Sean McDermott. The Bills really turning things around there in Buffalo. So let's just look in the NFC for us. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Aaron Rodgers. Defensive Player, Deion Jones. We were not in the conversation here. That's a little surprising. But Drew Lock is going to pick up Offensive Rookie of the Year. Really can't move on from your quarterback if he's going to come in and win Offensive Rookie of the Year. So good for him. And then Higdon, who did really struggle with the Saquon Barkley injury. And then Cameron Smith, Defensive Rookie of the Year. So we draft incredibly well. So Cameron Smith, Sheffield finishes 3rd for Defensive Player of the Year. Defensive Rookie, Nick Bosa actually 5th. So what a draft. And then Lavert Hill was in there as well. So best quarterback, Drew Lock 10th in the NFC. Nothing for running back. Wide receiver, Odell was up there with Devontae Adams. The usual suspects. Adam Humphries for the Seahawks playing well. Best offensive lineman, I thought Will Hernandez might sneak in there, but the run game just wasn't good enough. Best D-line, nothing there. Linebacker, Cameron Smith, 8th. So despite being the defensive rookie, he's not going to be up there in consideration yet with the rest of the linebackers. And then Landon Collins, I figured this was going to happen. He had a really good season, 7 interceptions. So defensive back of the year in the NFC, Landon Collins. And that contract looking like a good one. It was the first big move we made, was re-signing Landon Collins. So let's do our upgrades for the year. Cameron Smith gets 3, and let's see, he does go up to superstar. Wow. We are in business with Cameron Smith. We're going to go field general all the way for him. Gets an agility and an acceleration. Already a good athlete. Four block shed, 2-man. So we have ourselves a leader on the defense. We're going to make him a captain heading into year 2. He definitely earned that as our big middle linebacker. Landon Collins getting defensive player of the year. It goes up to, defensive back of the year. He goes up to superstar. Hell yeah. Just focus on that hybrid ability for him. So we got some big names now on the defensive side to build around. Before it was just Collins, but now we've got Bosa, who heated up. We got, I keep wanting to call him Sutton Smith, Cameron Smith. We got Landon Collins. Still some more work to do on that side of the ball, but definitely headed in the right direction there. Saquon getting a little upgrade. 2 trucking this time around. Nick Bosa, just keep going with the speed rusher for him. Carter does get an upgrade despite being extremely disappointing. I'm actually gonna go with run stopper for him, just because I feel like he needs some of these traits. And he actually gets a speed out of the run stop. That is a surprise. But now up to 89 speed, just a freak. Like, can we really bench this guy? I don't know, man. I think we got to give him another chance. I feel like that was a fluke that he didn't put up more sacks. We'll at least have to give him a chance. So BJ Hill, speed rusher. He's coming along nicely. Those will all help. Drew Lock, we're going to go back to field general. He goes up 2 overall. And strange he has not picked up any short accuracy yet. Sheffield here, we're going to go zone. These young corners, we wanted to run more man. That's a good upgrade right there. We wanted to run more man, but they're just, we need to just kind of keep everything in front of us. Man coverage is a little risky. Five release for Deontay Burnett. Huh. He had a nice little season for us. So we'll just take a peek at the playoff picture here. So in the AFC, it's Bills, Texans, Bengals, Steelers, Jags, and Chargers. And then in the NFC, Cowboys, Falcons, Eagles, Cards bouncing back with Rosen, Saints, and Da Bears. The NFC North has really struggled since we started this 9-7 crown for Da Bears. So let's keep moving on to the next week. We'll stop and look during the Super Bowl week, but we're really just going to keep trucking through this offseason. No changes at the coaching staff quite yet, but Shermer is going to enter next season on the hot seat, certainly. We definitely need to make the playoffs next year. So let's see, what Pro Bowlers did we get? Odell. We got no offensive linemen. We got no defensive backs other than Landon Collins. All right. So the Super Bowl, Falcons and Jaguars. Looks like the Falcons won the Super Bowl 38-7. We're going to let McLeod go. Do want to re-sign Riley Dixon. Let's see if he just takes this offer. Nope, he's going to test. All right, whatever. It's just a punter. Any of these guys we really want to re-sign? I think I'm just going to let all these guys go. Can always get some of them back. So on to free agency. Our big needs this offseason are going to be offensive line still, edge rusher, interior line. Deion Jones becomes a free agent along with DeForest Buckner. Wow. If we could pair Cameron Smith with Deion Jones and put DeForest Buckner in the middle, that would be just a huge splash for this defense. Trying to capitalize on this young quarterback's contract too. I think we got to make a push for both these guys. Those are both positions of need. We can let Ogletree go. There really isn't anyone else on this team that we're going to have to pay for years because we've got Odell and Landon Collins locked up, and Saquon's not going anywhere. We are going to have to pay Evan Ingram, but he's not going to need that much, and I don't even know if we want to keep him or not. So let's go for this thing. I'm going to bump this up to about $12 million a year. The other thing I want to do is remove that stupid one eye patch thing on their face. Like, do players really do that? Because Saquon has it, Deion Jones has it here. So a mega offer for Deion Jones, who did go down to quick development, but we're blowing the Chiefs out of the water for him. And then DeForest Buckner, the Dolphins are going in big for him. But we're going to try and make him, and he did go down to quick, which is unfortunate. I might have to reverse that, depending on what his stats were. So a big deal for Buckner. And he's still not up there with the Dolphins, who are just cashing out for Buckner. But I think we can catch up to them. There we go. We passed them up. So big splash there. We'll see if we get both those guys. Hopefully we do. Quarterback, running back, I think we're good. Wide receiver, we should be good. Tight end. Might make an offers for one of these guys, but not week one here. Offensive line, anybody? No one really becomes available that we're interested in, at least. Defensive line, we already made an offer at Buckner. That's going to change a lot of things, whether we get him or not. Linebacker, same thing with Deion Jones. And then a corner, no one we're too excited about here. Maybe thinking about Hargrave's next step. So the other thing about going after those two big guys is not a whole lot of other players in this market that we're interested in. So hopefully we get those two. And we do. Building up the defense, baby. So let's see. Did these guys really have such bad years that they deserve to lose that development? So Deion Jones is coming off a Defensive Player of the Year. Is that right? Did I get that year right? No, 2019 would have been our first year, I think, in this at least. But for a player 1 year removed from a Defensive Player of the Year, you're not losing development from star to quick. Maybe from superstar to star, but that's pretty ridiculous. And then for Buckner, let's see, what did he get done last year? Looks like he was injured for a decent chunk of it. I mean, 5.5 sacks, puts up 51 tackles on the inside. I don't know. Maybe what we should do is just see how he does, because he really has had, well, he had 103 tackles his first year. So he has, taken a step back, so I think that's fair to leave him at quick. But if he does have a blow-up season, I think we should make sure he gets star. He might earn it. So we're going to go to stage 3 here, maybe take a look at some more free agents. We do still have Rhett Ellison, but he has regressed pretty bad. I'm going to give Mo Alley Cox a contract. Just a 1-year deal, but he's a player I like. He likes that deal. And then I probably should bring in another guy, a good blocker. So we'll go Jeff Hireman. Get rid of some of this bonus, though. And we really should be good, I think. Hargraves isn't getting any offers yet, so we'll give him a little something. Pretty easy contract to get rid of here if we don't like it, or if we don't like him. Moving on, let's see who we get. So we do still have some pretty decent draft capital here. So Mo Cox is the only guy we get there. But some good draft capital that we can use to beef up, hopefully on the defensive side and on the offensive line. Maybe swoop in and grab a receiver here, like mid-rounds. Let's just scout out a few of these guys, I suppose. So let's start drafting, baby. The Raiders with the first pick. Are they going to take Fromm? No, they go with a tackle. They're going to stick with Derek Carr. So Walker Little, the first pick in the draft. The Ravens got to go with Fromm, though, right? Oh, they take Tua over Fromm. The Jets wouldn't take Fromm. No, so Fromm's fallen here. Hold on. We can't trade the Offensive Rookie of the Year, right? To go get a different quarterback. I mean, we got Fromm real high on our own board. I think we need to at least consider it. This would be pretty unprecedented. But if a player starts to fall and we really like the guy, I really don't see a problem with this. By the way, it looks like the Bucks picked up Kareem Hunt. So let's see if they like this. They like it. So that's a blockbuster, man. I'm excited to hear from you guys in the comments for that one. I don't know. I think it would be a bold move. It would be unprecedented, but would it stun you? Like, he's a second-round pick. He's, kind of got this, I mean, what is he going to be? Is he the next Derek Carr? That's probably what you would project at this point. Derek Carr was a second-round pick. If we truly believe that Fromm is the guy we wanted all along when we drafted Saquon Barkley, so, this was the 2-year plan, and then we developed this quarterback, make him look good. I don't know. I think this all makes sense. So here we go. Jake Fromm is the new quarterback of the New York Giants with the 4th overall pick, and I would say that's a steal. So let's go ahead to our next pick. We can see who some of these guys go with. So a corner to the Patriots. Browns take Jerry Jeudy. That's a good pick. Guard for the Skins. This all pretty much checks out. We'll just do the top 15 here. There are some really good tackles falling here. There's still some really good guys on the board. Let's go pick by pick here, because I might be thinking about that's who. If he fell to 20, that's who we were going to think about. But now I think we just wait and go tackle with our 2nd-round pick. So let's just skip ahead to our next user pick. Definitely going tackle here, unless a super good corner fell. But this is definitely our big need here. But it looks like most of the good tackles have gone. What about the guard, center? So we could get a franchise center. Both these guys are good players, but the value's not quite there. We can probably wait and get one of those guys. Cleveland's a really good guard out of Georgia we might think about. Might be leaning there. We'd have quite the guard duo with him and Hernandez. Let's consider the other positions. Some pretty solid corners, but no one that I don't think we need to start. I think we should just go with the guard here, Ben Cleveland. This guy's a beast. Star development. Out of Georgia, just a mauler. 6'6", 341. Him and Hernandez, that is a lot of muscle to deal with. So excited to bring him in here. He'll start right away. Let's just go skip ahead to our next pick. I think we go with the center here. We were hoping to get either Shackelford or the Oregon kid, but we're going to get a pretty decent center here. I don't know if he'll start right away, but he can definitely develop. This offensive line is our biggest need right now, so let's keep moving. Might even go offensive line again here with the 4th pick. Probably O-line or corner, I would say. Maybe a safety. So this Becton guy, he's kind of a mauler. He's big. I might think about him, but I don't know. Defensively, anyone we're really thinking about here? Might have to go with a corner, I think. So we'll go ahead and take this 20-year-old out of Purdue, 6 feet tall. And he's pretty good. Quick development. Just adding to the depth there. Not sure if he'll start or not, but he might. Definitely might. He's only 20, so he's going to develop well. Go to our next pick. So I think at this point our best bet's to get a tackle, which we have not grabbed yet. So let's go ahead and take... I'm going to take the better athlete of these two, or is it Cleveland's? Ooh, another quick dev. He's actually pretty good. All right. I'm going to work with that. Go to our next pick. Probably thinking safety, I think, with our next pick, or a receiver. Let's look at these receivers. I feel like we could use another versatile, mid-sized guy. Quentin Pounds out of Washington. Is this guy like the next Dante Pettis, maybe? Let's take him. 66 overall. But yeah, he's smaller, but all right, that's not the worst pick in the world for a 6th round pick. And then we do actually need a punter. There's good kickers and punters in this draft. Did not scout any of these guys, but I'm going to take the bigger one. All right. So that is our draft. It was a good one. We got a new quarterback that I am very excited to use here. Jake Fromm. We got some new offensive linemen to develop here. Some starters, some not. We signed Deion Jones. We signed DeForest Buckner. So this defense is going to be fun next year. We still got some holes at corner, free safety. The D-line still's got a little bit of work to do. But the rebuild, I would say, is coming along very well. And that is going to do it for episode 6. So make sure you hit that like button. I am really excited to jump in to season 3, episode 7. So cheers as always, guys, and we'll see you then. Peace out.